Hello, we talk about the typical Colombian customs. The Colombian Caribbean region is an area of the country full of customs, tradition, dances, and music. For this reason, the traditional customs have different designs, colors, and shapes. I represented the typical Caribbean regions. The traditional customs is part of historical legacy that they left the inhabitants in Colombia in the century 17 into the century 19. The cloth used in the Costa Atlantica is cloth soft and fresh by the tropical weather that have the sun. The men's clothing is a shirt of various colors. These colors are alive and use white pants. The men's too use a symbol of the nation that is the sombrero volteado. This is a cultural symbol. The typical woman uses clothes of bright colors and movement in the clothes, in the dress, skirts, and blouses. The makeup of the woman is important because it shows the expression of the face. The woman be an important part of the history of Colombia, and for this reason, today I represent them to this. In Colombia, the costeña woman is characteristic of fine and work. And in other part of the costa, the woman use clothes with a pot in her head. And this woman represented the work that the woman do. These women are native of Bolivar and is the famous palenqueras, which means African slave. These women have in the pot fresh food and go to the city to sell this fruit or typical candies of the Bolivar department. In the department of Guajira, the typical woman's clothes is a manta guajira. This dress and is a principal characteristic have different colors and forms that have this cloth. And the shoes is a craft piece because the woman create this project with her hands and like the mochilas of colors that they always use and as a garment. Is three typical costeñas customs that represented the department of the Atlántico, Bolívar, Guajira, Córdoba, Cesar, and other departments of the country.
Hello, I represent the indigenous culture. Colombian folklore is a mixture of the culture of indigenous South American community, Spanish culture, and African culture imported during the colonial era. One of the recognized characteristics of the indigenous people is the way of dress and choice, an expression that include the ancient pictorial symbol with natural elements that go according to their circular environment. Many indigenous people in their subcultures to imitate and recreate nature in a symbolic way have a rise to body painting. The representation animals, rivers, jungles, trees, and fruit, of the earth and its colors, of the sky and those sooner sustained to the right side. Our artistic manifestation are several indigenous culture identification because use the body and the expression to the natural. We can see, for example, the typical costume of the woman Wayum, Manta Guajira, which have two cords inside that they are to, to the body and totally in the low back, which serve to shape the figure of the woman. The main clothes wayu is a wayu consisting of the piece of cloth that covers the main genital area. Is attached to the waist with the 13th pattern of years.
Hello, I represent a Cachaco costume. The quickest way to identify a Cachaco is his way of dressing. Intent there is nothing flashy or colorful because any form of free expression is cataloged a person who does not know how to dress. Men generally dress in gray or dark blue with a tie and custom down shirt and classic pants. It is rather formal and executed outfit. If they are not dressing with a tie, they almost always wear down button shirt and a sack of diamond, usually on the shoulders, with the sleeves crossed on the chest. When they go to bulls, they wear suit jacket and a Scottish cap of Spanish cattleman. The cachaco almost always, when it is a sport, use diamond stockings. If one approach a cachaco, will always smell good if he had paint. As for women, there is a fundamental factor that determines when to choose what to wear and how to set off style. It is precisely the weather, because the cool cannot ally wear and clothing. On the contrary, the capital is ideal to show the fashion of the rest of the planet, and with garments such as leather jacket, raincoat, boat, coats, and hats. They are more discreet and wear dress more than at anything night. To generalize and conclude, the cachaco is characterized by formality and elegance. The costeños for their colorful costumes, and the indigenous for described nature in their costume.